You're smart. You're calm. You analyze situations before acting. You plan, you prepare, and you rarely lose control. But when it comes to women, you've been ghosted. You've been told, you're too nice. You've seen attraction fade and didn't understand why, because what they say they want and what they're actually drawn to are not the same. Being smart is an advantage until you start overthinking, until you start solving problems she never asked you to solve, until you treat her like a logic puzzle instead of a woman. This video is for the man who's tired of misreading the signs, tired of playing it safe and always losing anyway, tired of being the good guy who gets left behind. Here are 9 fatal mistakes smart men make with women, and how the men who win avoid every single one of them. Mistake number 1. Overvaluing her and undervaluing yourself. It starts subtly. She's beautiful. She's witty. She gives you butterflies, so you elevate her. In your mind, she becomes rare, different, almost like a prize. You admire her more than you admire yourself, and right there, you lose your power. Smart men often respect women too much, too fast. They project their own hopes, desires, and fantasies onto her before even knowing if she's earned it. You act like she's the one deciding everything. You ask yourself, does she like me? When you should be asking, do I even like her? Does she deserve me? Because pedestalizing a woman kills attraction. It makes her feel like she's better than you. And no woman wants to be with a man she can't look up to. In her mind, if you put her on a pedestal, it must mean you don't value yourself highly. Women don't fall for the man who worships them. They fall for the man who respects himself. Mistake number 2. Seeking her validation instead of living with purpose. You say it's just being nice, just checking in, just making sure she's okay. But deep down, you want her to notice you, to appreciate you, to see that you're different from the rest. And that's the trap. The moment your energy shifts from mission to approval, you lose her interest. Because a man who needs validation isn't grounded in his purpose. Women are drawn to men who move with intention. Men who don't need to explain why they're busy because their purpose is self-evident. Men who aren't waiting for a reply because they're building something real. Smart men often fall for this mistake without realizing it. They've been achievers all their lives. Good grades, good job. They're used to being rewarded for effort. So with women, they think the same rules apply. Be consistent. Be available. Be kind. And you'll be chosen. But attraction isn't logical. It doesn't reward effort. It rewards energy. The man whose energy is scattered checking his phone, wondering where she is, suffocates her with neediness. The man who's on his path, he becomes magnetic without trying. So ask yourself honestly, are you chasing her approval or chasing your calling? Because one makes you depend on her. The other makes her respect you deeply. Mistake number 3. Being too available too soon. You just met her. She texts you, reply instantly. She hints she's free, you drop everything. You think availability shows interest, but to her, it screams desperation. Men who are always available too early feel like they have nothing else going on. No ambition, no schedule, no life. You're not her prize, you're a convenience. What's more attractive? A man who makes time after handling his business, or a man who's always there with nothing better to do? True attraction builds when you're present but not too present. When your time feels valuable because it is. Mistake number 4. Confusing kindness with weakness. You open doors, you listen, you never raise your voice. And still, she loses interest. She pulls away. She says, you're nice, but here's the truth. Kindness is good. But if you don't have boundaries, She doesn't see a good man, she sees a soft one. Smart men sometimes overcorrect. They've seen toxic men hurt women, so they try to be the complete opposite. But without strength behind your kindness, you become predictable. Easy to control, easy to walk over. A good heart means nothing if it's not protected by a strong spine. Mistake number 5. Avoiding conflict to keep the peace. She crosses a line, you feel it, but you say nothing. You let the small things slide. You laugh it off when it stings. You avoid the conversation to keep things smooth. But peace bought through silence isn't peace. It's quiet resentment growing in the dark. Smart men avoid conflict because they fear losing her. But the truth is, every time you don't speak up, you lose a piece of yourself. Real strength isn't about staying calm. It's about standing firm when your values are tested. A woman may test you, not because she wants to hurt you, but to see if she can respect you. Mistake number 6. Over-communicating feelings too early. You like her, so you tell her everything. How much you miss her, how much you think about her, how you see a future already. You think honesty builds connection. And it does, but only when the timing is right. Smart men often get this wrong. They skip the mystery, the tension, the chase. They think being emotionally open early shows maturity. But here's the truth. Too much too soon kills attraction. Not because feelings are bad, but because they remove the thrill of discovery. A woman wants to feel her way into love, not be dragged there with words. Let her be curious. Let her wonder a little. Let your actions speak before your emotions do. Mistake number 7. Compromising your standards to keep her. She's beautiful, she's fun, but deep down, something feels off. Maybe she flirts with other guys. Maybe she disrespects your time. Maybe she tests your limits again and again. And instead of walking away, you lower your standards just to keep her around. You tell yourself, it's not that bad. Shit change. She's just different. But here's the truth. Every time you accept less than you deserve, you lose self-respect. Smart men don't chase compatibility. They demand alignment. They know, if you bend your values to keep her, she may stay, but she'll never truly respect you. Because the moment you sacrifice your standards for a woman, she stops seeing you as a man. Mistake number 8. Trying to impress instead of being real. You try hard. You dress sharp. You say all the right things. You flex a little status, money, plans. You think it'll win her over. But the harder you try to impress, the more she senses something's missing. Realness. Smart men often fall into this trap. They believe they need to be more than they are to be wanted. But in truth, it's not more she wants. It's authenticity. Confidence isn't about being perfect. It's about being comfortable with who you are, even when she's watching. Because here's the truth. What you win her with, you have to keep her with. And if you win her by being someone you're not, you'll either exhaust yourself or lose her when the mask slips. Mistake number 9. Making her the mission. You make her your everything. You change plans, change goals. Change yourself just to make it work. You put her above your purpose, above your progress, above your peace. You think love means giving it all. But here's the truth. A woman doesn't want to be your mission. She wants to join a man who already has one. Smart men lose themselves chasing connection. They forget. You're not here to orbit her world. You're here to build your own. And when your life is rich, full, and focused, that's when she leans in. Not because she's the center of it, but because she respects how centered you are. In the end, the smartest men don't chase women. They chase mastery, mission, meaning, because the man who has these three never lacks love. He attracts it without needing it. So remember, stay grounded. Speak up, hold your line, be real, lead your life, and let love follow, not lead.